On Apple Valley News now, a robbery that led to the death of a Milton Freewater restaurant owner has the community on edge. We're tracking the latest as the suspect is now in custody.
We have chilly, cloudy conditions, a few sprinkles here and there, and even a few snowflakes. I'll tell you where it's all happening coming up in my First Alert weather forecast.
Plus, tonight at 6:30, we're highlighting a landmark agreement over the future of the Columbia River Basin and fish populations in Washington and Oregon.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
We begin with breaking news. Prosser's city administrator has been let go without cause, effective immediately. The city sent out a notification saying that the mayor had elected to separate city administrator Tom Glover's employment. We are working to get more information about what happened, but we do know this comes just after the Prosser police chief resigned. He had been put on leave following a vote of no confidence by the union. Thanks for joining us this Monday evening. I'm Alyssa Warner. And the suspect in a robbery that ended with a restaurant owner dead has turned herself in to authorities in Umatilla County. Police say 39-year-old Emerald Panna Williams is now being held at the Umatilla County Jail. She turned herself in on Sunday night. Now, the robbery happened just over a week ago at the Red Tea Garden on February 18th in Milton Freewater. The restaurant owner, Shui Yiwu, got hurt while trying to stop that robbery, and she later died. Now, this case has left a lot of unanswered questions, and tonight, Apple Valley News Now's Austin Reed joins us live from the Red Tea Garden restaurant in Milton Freewater.
So, Alyssa, this is a town of about 7,000 people. So when something like this happens, it is a very big deal. Just within the last hour, my photographer and I have been driving around. We've been speaking to more and more residents. They are on edge because they're worried that could something like this happen again if there is another suspect. At this time, the police department says there is not another suspect, but the investigation is ongoing. I also want to point out that a memorial is continuing to grow out here outside the restaurant. Earlier today, I spoke with Sally, the victim's daughter. She doesn't live here in Milton Freewater. She lives up in the Portland area, and she is also concerned, could there be another suspect? So we reached out to police. We have not heard back just yet, but we'll keep you posted. Reporting live in Milton Freewater tonight, Austin Reed, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Austin. We're having some technical difficulties out there, you can see. Now, a 31-year-old man accused of killing his mother in Yakima on Thursday has been arrested, and authorities say he's also facing charges for breaking into a neighbor's apartment and attempting to elude police twice. Police say Julio Cesar Guzman kicked down the door of an apartment on North Front Street just after midnight on Thursday, then drove over to his mother's home on South Natchez Avenue around 5:30 in the morning and killed her. Authorities discovered 72-year-old Ana Marie Guzman dead in her home that following afternoon after her employer called for a welfare check. Police say they had information pointing to the son as a person of interest. They tried to stop his vehicle around 4:30 in the afternoon, but they say he sped off. Hours later, a flock camera, we've talked about those before, picked up the location of his car, and police started a pursuit.
The person attempted to elude. However, at that time, because of the type of crime that he was wanted for, a pursuit interdiction technique was used to stop the vehicle. The person was taken into custody.
Now, police say Guzman confessed to killing his mother, but didn't give a reason why. He now has 4 criminal cases against him and is facing charges for murder, malicious mischief, harassment, burglary, obstruction, resisting arrest, and those 2 counts of eluding. Well, Wapato shoppers, listen up. Police say they found a card skimmer at the International Market on West 1st Street. Police say employees spotted the device and they think it may have been attached for several days. So take a look at this. Credit card skimmers can be really hard to spot. They look just like a regular credit card reader, but they steal your card information and send it to someone who's not supposed to have it. Police say they are still investigating. They're checking with other businesses to make sure that there are no other skimmers in the area. If you used a card, though, at the International Market in Wapato since Thursday, you're going to want to check your statements for any questionable activity or charges and contact Wapato Police if you do find anything suspicious. A former Grant County man is now facing charges accused of stealing veterans benefits for more than 25 years. A federal grand jury indicted Raymond Kenneth Musgrove on charges of false representation of a Social Security number, wire fraud, theft of government funds, and aggravated identity theft. The indictment says that Musgrove posed as a real military veteran, collecting that veteran's benefits, including compensation payments and health care, since at least 1997. The U.S. Attorney's Office says during that time he collected over $825,000 from the Department of Veterans Affairs. The charges can have sentences of up to 20 years in federal prison if he is convicted, as well as restitution damages for any fraudulently obtained funds. Let's talk about your forecast now. We're seeing a lot of changes out there. We're feeling those changes too, Stacey.
It's chilly out there, and we've been tracking some, well, unsettled weather. And when we say unsettled, this is what we're talking about. Had a few raindrops come down over the Columbia Basin. We've been seeing some snowflakes tonight at the Walla Walla Airport, and we're seeing snow crossing the Blue Mountains this evening. Let's talk about that sunrise this morning. It was a beaut out there. Look at that. It was gorgeous. It came in. We see these clouds come through, and then the sun start to rise. So nice looking sunset. Here's our Legends Casino Skycam tonight. Right now, 42 degrees. Those temperatures have been dropping. Our feels like temp is 38, and it's going to be chilly tonight, so grab your coat. This is what's brewing over the Blues. We've got winter storm warnings and advisories through the area. We're looking for anywhere from 6 to 10 inches tonight over Bluewood and Tollgate. Traffic could be near impossible or at least treacherous through that I-84 corridor tonight. So if you have any travel plans that way, you'll definitely want to trip check tonight. Temperatures chilly, like I said, in the 20s, 30 degrees overnight in the Tri-Cities. So unsettled. Again, expect stray showers going on through the night. Breezy to windy this week. We're looking for more rain and mountain snow showers. Plus, we could see a wintry mix pass through the region and into the weekend with more heavy mountain snow. I'll get to all the details in your First Alert weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. A three-car crash in Kennewick near the intersection of Canal and Columbia Center Drive this afternoon impacted traffic, but police tell us no one was hurt. Kennewick police and fire departments were at the scene directing traffic around the accident when our crews got there. A Kennewick police officer told us this accident was a ripple effect, with one car being rear-ended, then another car adding to the problem. Lawmakers in Olympia held marathon committee voting sessions today, working to get through a long list of proposals before another deadline. One of the bills advancing is engrossed Senate Bill 5462, which requires the state to make sure that public school students have a curriculum that talks about historically marginalized and underrepresented groups. Those include women, Native Americans, and the LGBTQ community, among many others. Some school boards, including the Kennewick School District, have formally expressed their opposition to this proposal. But the bill's sponsor says this should simply streamline something that is already happening.
OSPI does this work already, and we want, while we add this kind of new lens to their ongoing practice, want to respect that every time the legislature asks OSPI to update standards, it disrupts the process they have. So this allows them to do it on their own schedule.
I don't really think the bill's needed. I've been in many schools, and I think there's been a lot of work done to further this effort. And to ensure that students are seeing representations of themselves and their identity.
Lawmakers have until March 7th to finish their work for the 2024 season. Now, one bill that did not get a vote today was a proposal to limit yearly rent increases and require extra warning when a price hike is coming. That bill was scheduled for a vote in the Senate Ways and Means Committee, but lawmakers opted not to take action. We have a travel alert in Pasco. The West Lewis Street underpass is now closed, and you can expect 2 months of detours as crews work to finish the overpass that will replace it. That closure runs from North Oregon Avenue to North 2nd Avenue. Also in Pasco, Broadmoor Boulevard has closed from Burns Road to Dent Road, which is Road 116. That closure began this morning. It'll last through the week until Friday, March 1st. It's to allow work crews to conduct utility installation work. So you should expect delays and detours if you need to drive in that area. A follow-up tonight, we've learned that the Seattle police officer who hit and killed a 24-year-old student in a crosswalk just over a year ago will not face criminal charges. Records show that Officer Kevin Dave was responding to a drug overdose call and was driving 74 miles an hour on city streets in Seattle. He had his emergency lights on, but was said to be only using the siren when passing through intersections in the moments leading up to the fatal accident. In a memo to Seattle police, prosecutors wrote that there wasn't enough evidence to prove that the officer showed conscious disregard for others' safety, and that because of that, the King County Prosecutor's Office will not file charges against him. Tonight, we're talking about newly released recommendations for Boeing that center around safety issues. That's coming up, plus chilly conditions and some unsettled weather. You can see the clouds moving in right now. That's coming up in your first alert forecast. And AT&T customers will get a credit to their accounts. We're talking numbers next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
It's Leap Year Savings. Today through February 29th at Walker's Furniture, where you can get the biggest savings of the year on the shortest month of the year. Or take advantage of no interest until 2028.
This week at Walker's.
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See, $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $830 off any phone. No trade-in needed. US Cellular. Built for us.
Want luxury hair repair that doesn't cost $50? Pantene's Pro Vitamin Formula repairs hair, as well as the leading luxury bonding treatment for softness and resilience without the price tag. If you know it's Pantene.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
The table is set for Walla Walla's culinary celebration this February. Walla Walla Restaurant Month returns to spotlight the Valley's culinary stars. For 2024, the focus is on the bounty of the area's fine dining with 9 local restaurants. Each restaurant is offering 3-course meals for only $42 all month long. Visit our website here for more information to reserve your dining experience. Come savor the flavors from some of your favorite places or discover a new one during Walla Walla's Restaurant Month.
Are you looking for a bank that has traditional values and modern solutions? Are you looking for a bank that is member-owned? Are you looking for a bank that leaves a lasting impact on the community? I've got news for you. You're not looking for a bank. Belong to something better. Join Hapo Community Credit Union, where you are more than just a member. Visit hapo.org to join today. Where do you credit union?
Here are some frequently asked questions we get about Dial-A-Ride services. Is Dial-A-Ride going away? No, it is not. All Dial-A-Ride services to Tri-Cities, Benton City, and Prosser is exactly the same. Are drivers being laid off? No. If you qualify for Dial-A-Ride or want to find out if you qualify for Dial-A-Ride services, call 509-735-0160 or visit bft.org to learn more.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
A flight over the Maryhill Museum on Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back. AT&T customers can expect a credit posted to their accounts. The carrier will issue a $5 credit after Thursday's service outage, which also left some customers with error messages. AT&T says that's the average cost of a full day of service, and the company says it wants to recognize the frustration related to the outage, which is, by the way, now under investigation by the FCC. An independent aviation review panel releases recommendations for Boeing centered around safety concerns. The report released today found that employees did not understand their role in safety and were afraid of retaliation for raising safety-related concerns. The panel was formed after Boeing's deadly 737 MAX crashes in 2018 and 2019. The review panel conducted more than 250 interviews. They reviewed more than 4,000 pages of documents. Boeing released a statement saying that the company has taken important steps to foster a safety culture, but officials admit they have more work to do. The EPA is now considering slowing down electric vehicle sales requirements. The move could cool plans to eventually move away from gas-powered vehicles. Electric vehicle sales hit a record last year, topping 1 million in the U.S. for the first time. But industry insiders believe that some factors continue to impact sales, including prices, a lack of charging stations, and general confusion about EV tax credits. The CDC is reporting 35 cases of the measles so far this year, compared to just 58 in all of last year. Now, there were several cases reported in Southwest Washington last month, but right now, an outbreak at a Florida elementary school is under scrutiny. CDC recommendations would say any children at the school who haven't been vaccinated for the measles should stay home for 3 weeks just to be sure. But the head of Florida's health department is now saying that parents should decide for themselves when to send children back to class. It's an unusual but frightening close call. A Houston man is sharing his medical odyssey. The man said he had chest pain and saw doctors over 15 years to figure it out without any success. Then while he was working out, he says he took a big gulp of ice cold water and nearly died due to heart failure.
I take a gulp of cold water. As I'm settling back down, I feel the double thud. You feel something, don't be afraid to tell your parents. Don't be afraid to tell your physician the next time that you go in for an appointment.
So his doctors say the ice water triggered atrial fibrillation. That's when the heart beats out of rhythm. Now, he had heart surgery and has not been back to the hospital since, but is still taking medication.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And it's chilly outside. Look at these dark clouds hanging over the area. It's been dropping a little bit of unsettled mixed precip around the area. In fact, when I say mixed precip, we're tracking a few snowflakes and snow pellets out towards Walla Walla. 42 degrees on the Dust Devil Skycam in Pasco. Winds have lightened up 6 miles per hour. Feels like temp is 38. It's cold outside. I walked out a minute ago. It's very chilly now. Here's what we're tracking. Snow, of course, across the Cascades. And look at this mixed precip settling just over Walla Walla. Very brief, moving through quickly, but heavy snow starting to fall over the Blue Mountains and some snowflakes in Dayton. We do have a winter weather advisory there tonight across the Blue Mountains and in the Wallowas. Now, we also have been tracking strong gusty winds on this I-84 corridor up to 35 miles an hour. 6 to 10 inches possible overnight till tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. above the 3,000-foot mark there. So difficult travel tonight if you do have to travel across I-84 or any of the roads between Pendleton, Walla Walla, Milton, Freewater, that area. You're definitely going to want to take a check of the weather. Here's the big story. Look at this system brewing out of the Pacific. This one's going to move across our area, and that's going to bring more heavy Cascade Mountain snow. For tonight, we're unsettled through the region with a few flakes and drops falling around the area. We'll continue to see that snowfall across the Blues. There's the I-84 corridor. By tomorrow morning, we should be mostly clear in the lower elevations through the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities. But by early midday, here comes that heavy snow once again in the Cascades, wet on the west side. We're going to see some scattered showers or even some mixed precip coming through the region. Mostly going to see rain showers across the Columbia Basin in the daytime hours, but we could see rain mixed with snow later in the day. And look at the snow continues to fall across the Cascades, the Blue Mountains, heavy at times. We're going to see widespread showers overnight Tuesday into Wednesday morning. More snow across the Cascade Mountains and Blues with, again, unsettled weather. Now, as these systems move through our area, we're also going to be tracking strong gusty winds. It just continues. This is Wednesday at 7 o'clock, so pretty much all day Wednesday could be some treacherous travel across Snoqualmie Pass. Now let's talk about those winds. We had downed trees in the Tri-Cities. This is why we were tracking gusts up to 58 miles an hour over the last 24 hours. Hanford, very gusty there. You see those wind totals all through the region, and we'll see heavy winds just like that again Wednesday into Thursday. Let's take a look outside at those temperatures overnight. Chilly in the 20s, a 20-degree temperature tonight in Cle Elum, 20s and just barely 30 for Hermiston and Tri-Cities tonight in the Columbia Basin. Foothills of the Blues in the 20s as well. So cold weather. Again, could see that mixed precip. This is what it looks like tomorrow. Partly cloudy, chilly and breezy. breezy through the region. We've got temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Check it out. This photo just got sent in to me via a text message phone, so I don't have the photo credit, but look at that cloud. And as you can see, this is Badger Mountain right there. So that big cloud has kind of made its way out of the area. Let's take a look at that 7-day planning forecast. Walla Walla, breezy and gusty winds, very active weather all the way into the weekend, and those overnight lows start to back down as we head towards the weekend as well. Here's what Tri-Cities and Yakima look like the next few days. Temperatures warming up on Wednesday, only to cool back down Thursday, and even more so Friday into Saturday. So active weather. Mountains are going to see lots of snow. We're talking feet of snow by the end of the week, and we could even see a few flakes in the lower elevations. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. It's all around us and pretty hard to avoid. Tonight, what a new study suggests about air pollution and its impact on your brain. That's next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk waterproof flooring made for life. You dream, we install. This is your forever floor. This month, get up to 50% off at your local Walla Walla or Richland Floor & Home.
This is Ford Truck Month with amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Get to Ford Truck Month. Lock in a 6-year rate. Get 1.9% for $72 on a 2023 F-150 only at your local Ford dealer.
Ben Franklin Transit is hiring safety-oriented coach operators. Become a crucial part of the Tri-Cities community and provide a vital service to our riders. Get out from behind a desk and experience a workday that keeps you moving. Enjoy CDL training, comprehensive benefits, and generous paid time off. When you're driving for Ben Franklin Transit, you're part of a growing team of community-oriented professionals. Apply now to join the Ben Franklin Transit team.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99, plus advanced Wi-Fi and one Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Start saving today. Visit Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, or scan to call now.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
This is Ford Truck Month with amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Get to Ford Truck Month. Lock in a 6-year rate. Get 1.9% for $72 on a 2023 F-150 only at your local Ford dealer.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk waterproof flooring made for life. You dream, we install. This is your forever floor. This month, get up to 50% off at your local Walla Walla or Richland Floor & Home.
New research tonight finds a link between air pollution and signs of Alzheimer's disease. A new study says those who inhale higher concentrations of small particulates like vehicle exhaust have an increased likelihood of signs of Alzheimer's in their brains. Researchers also found a strong link between pollutions and symptoms of Alzheimer's, even in those who lack a genetic predisposition for this condition. Now, that study involved over 200 brains that had been donated to research. The researchers found that the donors who had lived in areas with high traffic-related pollution had more Alzheimer's-related plaques in their brains than those who lived in areas with less pollution. Tonight, we have a spotlight on Ben Franklin Transit as the agency receives a special honor. That's coming up tonight at 6:30.
This newscast sponsored by Walker's Furniture and Mattress.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Want free college or career training? It's possible.
Here are some frequently asked questions we get about Dial-A-Ride services. Is Dial-A-Ride going away? No, it is not. All Dial-A-Ride services to Tri-Cities, Benton City, and Prosser is exactly the same. Are drivers being laid off? No. If you qualify for Dial-A-Ride or want to find out if you qualify for Dial-A-Ride services, call 509-735-0160 or visit bft.org to learn more.
For nourished, lightweight hair, the right ingredients make all the difference. New Herbal Essences Sulfate-Free is now packed with plant-based ingredients your hair will love, like pure aloe and camellia flower oil. And none of the things it won't. Hair feels deeply nourished, soft, and lightweight. Plant power you can feel. New Herbal Essences Sulfate-Free.
At Goodwill, we're more than just a store. We believe in the power of community. Our devoted team of employees, working hand in hand with local business partners, unite to create opportunities for all. Within Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is a free walk-in job search assistance program that assists job seekers in crafting resumes, preparing for interviews, and grants access to community resources and information. We're not just building careers, we're building bridges that strengthen our community. Goodwill, where your purchases and donations transform your community.
It's Leap Year Savings. Today through February 29th at Walker's Furniture, where you can get the biggest savings of the year on the shortest month of the year. Or take advantage of no interest until 2028.
This week at Walker's.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
Welcome back. A looming deadline. Friday, the federal government could partially shut down unless congressional lawmakers strike a deal. The White House says that President Biden will meet tomorrow with top congressional leaders from both parties. The president is also wanting to pass a Senate bill allocating $60 billion for Ukraine. House Speaker Republican Mike Johnson is under pressure to block a vote on Ukraine aid. Republican hardliners are insisting that Democrats meet all of their immigration demands first.
Do you really want to forget the lessons of the Second World War?
Despite Republican critics, the Senate bill appears to have enough bipartisan support to pass the House. Some Democrats have threatened to use a discharge petition to get the measure to the floor. That would require a majority, which means Democrats would need Republicans to break ranks and vote with them. Restoring salmon populations in the Northwest. The Biden administration has signed a deal with state and tribal officials regarding dams on the Snake River. We're talking about that, plus the advancement of artificial intelligence, measures in the Washington legislature that would create an AI task force. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Well, over the years, there have been heated conversations, negotiations, litigation, specifically over 4 dams on the Snake River that environmental groups say contributed to the decline of fish populations in the Columbia River Basin. On Friday, the Biden administration signed a historic agreement with state and tribal officials that Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us set in motion a plan to invest $1 billion in restoring salmon populations in the Pacific Northwest.
Yakama Nation tribal officials say it's not only a big step toward revitalizing fish populations, but a step toward a future where they really will have a seat at the table.
It is quite something to see the tribes, the states, and the federal government all working together in this way.
The Biden administration, Washington, Oregon, and leaders from 4 tribes, including Yakama Nation, signed the agreement, putting a pause on a lawsuit over the federal government's operation of Snake River dams.
Columbia Basin salmon are dying from the impacts of human development on our rivers, and our fishers have empty nets, and our homes have empty tables, because historically the federal government has not done enough to mitigate these impacts.
But calls from environmental groups and tribal leaders to remove the dams have been met with pushback from some federal lawmakers who say they're concerned about the potential impact to power companies, their employers, and their customers. And while the plan doesn't call for the removal of the dams, it doesn't exclude it as a possibility.
We need a lot more clean energy, but we need to develop it in a way that it's socially just. The last time energy was developed in the Columbia Basin, it was done on the backs of tribal communities and tribal resources. Now we have an opportunity to do better and to have the tribes at the table.
The White House says the plan will not only assist with salmon restoration, but also strengthen tribal clean energy projects. The signing has now formally launched that plan, where government officials are anticipating spending $1 billion to revitalize populations of fish in the Pacific Northwest over the next 10 years. Reporting from the Yakama Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Emily. Now let's talk about your first alert forecast. Stacey's here and tracking some very cold weather headed our way.
That's right. It's very chilly. Plus, we're tracking this. We're seeing some heavy snow in the Cascade Mountains tonight. Over 1 foot of snow this weekend. We're tracking snow tonight just outside of Walla Walla. Walla Walla even saw a few snowflakes. Heavy snow this evening in the Blues. And here's what's going on. Snoqualmie Pass now closed in both directions. White Pass also snowing hard. Traction tires are required. Stevens Pass made the national news after all the snow it got over the morning. No oversized vehicles there. We're going to keep a close eye on I-84 Cabbage Hill. So winter weather advisories, 6 to 10 inches of snow predicted tonight for the Blue Mountains. That I-84 corridor could be treacherous tonight. We're seeing heavy clouds outside, 42 degrees. We've seen a few sprinkles, and again, closer to the foothills of the Blues, they're even seeing some snowflakes tonight. So here's what's coming up. Unsettled weather continues through the week. We'll see breezy winds picking up to gusty winds Wednesday into Thursday. More rain and mountain snow. A wintry mix is headed for the lower elevations coming up this weekend, and tons of mountain snow all week long. I'll get to all the details coming up in your first alert for weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. The Supreme Court is considering the limits of free speech on social media. Today, the justices heard arguments in a case involving claims that social media companies have cracked down on conservative political posts. ABC's Ike Ajachi reports.
The hearing beginning with the justices considering Florida's law, which makes it illegal for tech companies to ban candidates on the ballot in the state from their social media sites. Florida Solicitor General Henry Whitaker, often likening social media companies to telecommunication companies, argues social media companies are unfairly censoring conservative viewpoints on their sites, and that the platform's portrayal as passive hosts undermines their arguments that their content moderation policies amount to protected speech.
We certainly agree that a newspaper, a book, and a bookstore is engaging in inherently expressive conduct, and our whole point is that these social media platforms are not like those. And
why doesn't it depend on exactly what they're doing?
Justice Sonia Sotomayor questioning if the law is overly broad, going on to name a wide range of companies that could be affected, like the digital marketplace Etsy, affecting someone's ability to shop online.
This is so broad. It's covering almost everything.
Justice Amy Coney Barrett echoing her colleagues.
We're talking about the classic social media platforms, but it looks to me like it could cover Uber. It looks to me like it could cover just Google search engines, Amazon Web Service, and all of those things would look very different.
Paul Clement arguing on behalf of NetChoice, a group challenging the Florida law, drawing a clear distinction between a government and a private party engaging in content moderation.
Is it anything more than a euphemism for censorship?
If the government's doing it, then content moderation might be a euphemism for censorship. If a private party is doing it, content moderation is a euphemism for editorial discretion.
That was ABC's Ike Ejachi reporting. Now, the Florida law and a similar Texas law would allow lawsuits against tech companies for violations. The Supreme Court is expected to issue a ruling coming up in June. Now, while the Supreme Court considers social media, the Washington State Legislature is looking at AI. Today, lawmakers voted to advance a proposal that would create an artificial intelligence task force. This is something that's been debated everywhere from the local to the national level. The proposed task force would bring together people from state government, community advocates, tech experts, and public safety representatives to spend the next several years coming up with recommendations for using artificial intelligence and regulating its use in Washington.
It's always great to, when there's something very technical happening in the technology industry, that we take a slow and responsible approach to be able to look at and understand what artificial intelligence does and what it can do.
Now, another bill that would make it a crime to use artificial intelligence to create pornography featuring a real person in a fake image or fake video has already passed the State House. It's now awaiting a vote in the state Senate. And Governor Jay Inslee signed an executive order earlier this year directing state government offices to look into potential ways they could use AI and any guardrails that they should implement to make sure that the technology is being used within reasonable limits. A proposal to merge Kroger, which owns Fred Meyer, with Albertsons, which also owns Safeway, is facing another hurdle. The FTC has now sued to block that merger, which was first announced more than a year ago. Now, because these two companies between them own so many grocery stores across the United States, especially here in Washington and Oregon, the FTC says the proposed deal would mean less competition and higher prices. It would also mean, the FTC says, that the grocery chains could pay workers less because there would be fewer options for them to leave for a different job. Now, Kroger, for its part, says that it needs this merger so that it can compete with Walmart, Amazon, and Costco. Washington has sued separately to block that proposed merger. Oregon is one of 8 states included in the FTC's lawsuit announced today. The American Public Transportation Association has awarded Ben Franklin Transit's Marketing and Communication Department with the Ad Wheel Award. This is a national award given for video production. The marketing team put together a video to help them with recruiting mechanics to Ben Franklin Transit. But Brittany Nelson with BFT's Community Relations Program says it's more than just recruitment. It's also about encouraging people to hop on public transit.
I think it really brings to light how important the bus system is. It's growing, it's expanding, we have more routes coming, and so anything to make people notice transit in the Tri-Cities is a huge positive.
She also says because of that growth, BFT has a new transit center opening later this year. A new record reached for credit card debt in the United States. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, credit debt soared to $1.1 trillion between October and December. According to LendingTree, the average unpaid credit card balance reached over $6,800 in the fourth quarter. But some economists caution that the situation is not as dire as it seems. They say robust wage gains for workers, the stock market, and improved attitudes regarding the economy are all good things. After adjustments for inflation, economists add that the current level remains nearly 20% below a peak reached in late 2008 during the Great Recession. A lander that recently arrived on the moon is already about to stop sending back data. We're talking about that, and we've been watching the clouds roll in over the Tri-Cities this evening. We're talking colder temperatures as well. Stacey Lee is tracking all of that in your First Alert forecast. But first, voters are looking ahead to tomorrow's presidential primary in Michigan. You're watching Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
A flight over the Maryhill Museum on Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99, Wednesdays only at KFC.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let M&M Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
What don't you know about AI? Like, will it help at your job or help lose your job? Can it help with your health or prescribe the wrong information? And how do you know what's a deep fake? So, should you be going all in on AI? This week, GMA's got the answers.
Want to test drive US Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Yeah.
Use this app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
Oh, wow. US Cellular works great out here. Wow. Still have 5G here, too. Hey, I wonder if US Cellular lets me stream in my... Rec room. Yep, it's working. Hey, thanks for the lift.
Test drive US Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
It is Heart Health Awareness Month. To help avoid heart disease, choose healthy foods and drinks. Watch your weight and exercise. Get more at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Proudly sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health, your 5-star rated hospital. This is how we care.
Come aboard Water to Wine cruises. Our unique weekend brunch cruise offers delicious dishes by our chefs as you take in beautiful views of the river. Start the morning off right and visit watertowinecruises.com to book your brunch today.
A controversial debate in Richland.
It's a little frustrating.
Should the city allow taller buildings near the river?
It has impacts.
Who's for and who's against changing the nature of Richland's waterfront and what it could mean for all of us? Apple Valley News Now at 5 and 6 Wednesday.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
The Republican presidential primary is gaining speed. Voters in South Carolina headed to the polls over the weekend. Michigan votes tomorrow. Meanwhile, President Biden is facing a challenge in his own party. Karen Kaifa reports on the race for the White House now entering a crucial stretch.
Next up, Michigan. Nikki Haley is forging ahead despite a big loss in South Carolina on Saturday.
You can't have a candidate who's going to win a primary who can't win a general.
The former governor lost her home state by 20 points to former President Donald Trump.
I have never seen the Republican Party so unified as it is right now. Never been like that.
Still, she's vowed to make the case for her candidacy for at least one more week as the race shifts toward the national campaign of Super Tuesday, with contests in more than a dozen states on March 5th. But first, Michigan, where both parties vote this Tuesday. Some progressive Democrats using the contest in a state with a sizable Arab American population to pressure President Biden to call for a permanent ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. The grassroots campaign urging votes of uncommitted.
They see this as an issue of being able to make their voices heard, and then if potentially a strong enough uncommitted showing does arise, that they will be able to then sort of maybe push the Biden administration to navigate in a different direction.
Other state Democrats understanding the differences, but urging the party to stick together.
I do know that we've got about 9 months until the general election, and we are taking Michigan very seriously, as they should.
Given Michigan's key role as a November swing state. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Now again, tomorrow is 1 week from Super Tuesday. That features more than a dozen states holding elections. Washington's primary is coming up later in March, but those ballots have already been sent out. You can complete and return them anytime before primary day. Former President Trump, his sons, and 2 former Trump Organization officials filed an appeal today in the $454 million civil fraud case against them. On Friday, the judge issued the official judgment in the New York case. Earlier this month, they were found liable for fraud, conspiracy, and issuing false financial statements. They were accused of inflating the value of real estate assets to get more favorable loan and insurance rates. Well, the Trumps filed a notice of appeal with the court today, the first business day after that official judgment. Meanwhile, the chair of the Republican National Committee has announced she will step down Friday, March 8th. In a statement, she says she will resign at the RNC spring training in Houston. That will let the party nominee select a chair of their choosing. The current chair says that it has been her intention to honor the tradition of the RNC change once it selects a presidential nominee. Earlier reports had suggested she was offering to step down as chair after the South Carolina primary. President Biden and former President Trump will both visit the southern border on the same day this week. They will be visiting separate areas, though. Former President Trump will make remarks on Eagle Pass, Texas on Thursday. That's also when President Biden will travel to Brownsville, Texas. President Biden is considering executive action to restrict asylum access for migrants who cross the border illegally. The president has criticized congressional Republicans for failing to pass a bipartisan spending package that would include concessions on border policy.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And things have been popping tonight. Legends Casino Skycam in Richland. We had some clouds, a few stray showers come through the area. We've been tracking some light snow showers in the Walla Walla area. 42 degrees right now on our Skycam. Winds are light at 6. Our feels like temp is 38. Chilly, you can definitely feel that in the air. Here's what's changed tonight. Heavy snow has been falling. It was clear earlier today, but now Snoqualmie Pass is closed in both directions, snowing hard. Snowing hard on White Pass with traction tires required, chains for those bigger vehicles. Stevens Pass has been dealing with snow all day long. Cabbage Hill looking okay so far, but we got to keep an eye on that. Now we're looking at winter storm warnings and advisories. Cascades above 1,500 feet, looking at another 6 to 12 inches overnight. We're dealing with strong gusty winds up there. East slopes could see another 2 to 6 inches. Let's take a look at what's happening. There's that heavy snow falling across Snoqualmie. Then as we move to the east in our region, we've been seeing some snowflakes in Walla Walla and heavy snow here in the Blues. Think Tollgate to the Bluewood area. We're expecting anywhere from 6 to 10 inches of snow there overnight above 3,000 feet. That I-84 corridor could be treacherous driving conditions there overnight, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Let's take a look at our future cast. Now this is just, this is like the second little wave, and then we've got a third wave of snow coming. So as we get through the night tonight, you'll see active weather across our mountain ranges and the foothills of the Blues. Mostly clear skies through the lower elevations, but we have some showers that are going to be moving through the area and some more snow showers, the Heppner all the way up into the Blues. But here's where we're talking about the Cascades. From Tuesday afternoon into Thursday, we could see another 1 to 3 feet of snow developing there and several inches of snow predicted, or maybe a couple of feet here in the Blues. We're looking for rain showers in the lower elevations, but as those temperatures drop, we could see some mixed precipitation. The storms continue to come as we are unsettled all week. Heavy snow once again across the Cascades with some showers drifting over, and some of us in that little rain shower shadow zone, I should say, and some of us not so lucky. We'll see those showers and active weather over the mountain passes. Now, we did have some very strong winds over the weekend, 58-mile-an-hour gusts. Tri-Cities got the hardest hit. There were downed trees. My patio was a wreck. And then we see those gusty winds. Those are going to pick back up again Wednesday into Thursday. Look for chilly temperatures tonight in the 20s all through the area. Burr, it's going to be a cold one in the Yakima-Kittitas Valley. Chilly here as well. If you go outside right now, you can definitely feel that cold air coming down from the north. And we'll see temperatures in the 20s as you look at the foothills of the Blues. For tomorrow, look for partly cloudy skies, chilly and breezy conditions once again, with our temperatures climbing up into the 30s and 40s for most of the area. Let's take a look at that 7-day planning forecast. Those breezy breezy winds stay with us. Very windy with unsettled weather, mostly rain showers, as most of our overnight lows will stay above freezing beginning tomorrow night. But as we head towards the weekend, that will change, where we could see some mixed precip, especially in the foothills of the Blues, Walla Walla, kind of like you're seeing tonight. Breezy to gusty winds through the Columbia Basin and Yakima for both, again, Wednesday into Thursday. That's when we're expecting the strongest winds, with unsettled weather, rain showers, and that mixed precip headed our way for the weekend as those temperatures drop down into the 30s. Stay with us. I've still got your, weather photo coming up and the countdown to the holidays on the way. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. We're going out of this world. A mission to the moon that's already almost over. A lander that recently touched down on the lunar surface expected to stop communicating in the next few hours. We'll explain why next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
This is Ford Truck Month with amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Get to Ford Truck Month. Lock in a 6-year rate. Get 1.9% for 72 on a 2023 F-150 only at your local Ford dealer.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. We're unique, and we're here for all of life's occasions, all year long. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
Before you head for the slopes, catch the Apple Valley News Now Northwest Ski Report. It's on air during weather, online at applevalleyNewsNow.com or on our mobile app. The Northwest Ski Report from Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Schweitzer Mountain Resort in Sandpoint, Idaho.
Looking for a car with more room for adventure? Make your presence known when you drive away in a new 2024 Kia Sportage LX with all-wheel drive from Overturf Kia. Now only $29,999. Plus, get 4.25% interest for up to 48 months. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. Take delivery today or reserve a car that's on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with the product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
For nourished, lightweight hair, the right ingredients make all the difference. New Herbal Essences Sulfate Free is now packed with plant-based ingredients your hair will love, like pure aloe and camellia flower oil. And none of the things it won't. Hair feels deeply nourished, soft, and lightweight. Plant power you can feel. New Herbal Essences Sulfate Free.
Next ET, Hollywood honors their own.
What else are they going to talk about?
The couples, the fashion, the viral moments.
ET at the SAG Awards.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
This is Ford Truck Month with amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Get to Ford Truck Month. Lock in a 6-year rate. Get 1.9% for 72 on a 2023 F-150 only at your local Ford dealer.
Jessica Jalor, Good Morning Northwest. Weekday mornings from 5 to 7.
Just into our newsroom, the Hermiston Police Department is on the scene of a standoff with a person in Hermiston in the area of Theater Lane. Hermiston Police currently assisting the U.S. Marshals. That agency was attempting to take a person into custody earlier. We're told Oregon State Patrol is also responding to the scene. We have a crew on the way there as well. We'll keep you updated on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. And we are still going to talk about that moon rover, and we're talking of the changing of the seasons here on Earth when we come right back.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Hey! Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
Here are some frequently asked questions we get about Dial-A-Ride services. Is Dial-A-Ride going away? No, it is not. All Dial-A-Ride services to Tri-Cities, Benton City, and Prosser is exactly the same. Are drivers being laid off? No. If you qualify for Dial-A-Ride or want to find out if you qualify for Dial-A-Ride services, call 509-735-0160 or visit bft.org to learn more.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bathfitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bathfitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
It's time to play Get to Know the Raptors and Alice. Favorite food?
Pizza, duh. Ribeye steak, rare.
A bowl of cantaloupe the size of a swimming pool.
Favorite triple play attraction?
2 words, arcade. The entire Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park.
Zipline. It's great for talking with guests.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, ropes course, and many more. All attached to a cozy hotel.
Cantaloupe, really?
Steak, really?
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
How does free college or training sound? It's possible. Washington College Grant gives eligible people money for certificate programs, job training, apprenticeships, or college. Learn more at wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with the product so good you'll never have to replace it again. All roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
Changing the nature of Richland's waterfront. Apple Valley News Now at 5 and 6 Wednesday.
The moonlander Odysseus, nicknamed Odie, is expected to stop communicating with Earth tomorrow morning. Intuitive Machines says it intended to collect data until the lander's solar panels were no longer exposed to light. They're thinking that'll happen sometime tomorrow, but it is earlier than they originally expected. Stacey, I was excited to see a lot of sunlight out there today, even this evening.
And the lunar lander, it's like a bad romance.
Well, yeah.
All right, let's take a look at our weather photo. Pretty dramatic. This is from tonight. I don't know who sent it in, but thank you so much. They texted it in on their cell phone. So there's a big rain cloud. We saw a few drops come out of that earlier tonight. It has passed through the area. Planning your day for tomorrow. Look at those temps out the door. A little bit chilly. You're definitely going to want to bundle up. Temperatures, though, warm up to the upper and mid 30s and 40s by midday. And so looking good. You'll see some sun breaks tomorrow for a little while. And the countdown is on. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and looking at 22 days till spring begins.
I love all of these things on the screen, so I'm glad we're counting them down.
There we go.
Thanks, Stacey, and thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. We're back tonight at 11.